Giants both on some recent win streaks. Bailey Zappe the answer in the Patriot land, and the Ravens can't seem to hold leads. I know Chubbs is very upset. Like every game, Chubbs, what's the stat? I just want to ask you, what's the stat on how many seconds they've had the lead since you?
Bruh, they've had like before this game, they led every game up until like 14 seconds or something. They didn't lead, and now it's like a minute or something because they were up with a minute, but or down with a minute to go. I'm frustrated, man. I'm frustrated.
All right, man. Before we do get officially started, just some few housekeeping things. Make sure you guys follow us on YouTube and TikTok at House of Light Sports Podcast. Twitter is hdsportspod and FT Entertainment for Facebook and Instagram. Appreciate everybody that comes in and listens each and every week. So I want to thank you guys for stopping through. Make sure if you're on YouTube, you hit that like button, hit that comment button, subscribe, all the jazz. All right. So before we get started, we're doing things a little differently today. Since we have Jared on here, I do want to talk about the reason why everyone picked their favorite teams. Like we all have favorite teams. Majority of us didn't just go with our hometown teams.
I got a little bit more context into why I'm a Ravens fan. I'll get into it. But
how about you start it off? Why are you a Ravens?
I mean, obviously, I am from Maryland, so that doesn't play a fact. I like rooting for the hometown team. But honestly, growing up, playing football, youth football around here, my favorite thing to do was play defense. Like I used to love hitting and like flying around and playing ball. And bro, growing up,
shut
up. You gave me a look.
Shut up.
But I got to grow up watching Ray Lewis, Terrell Suggs, and Ed Reed play football, defensive football, dominant football, and I just loved the type of game they brought. It was like the type of game where if you didn't score on that defense, a rushing touchdown or a field goal is going to beat you because you're not scoring on that defense. So I just loved watching that growing up. It's just a pedigree, which is sad that I grew up with that, and now I'm witnessing what I'm witnessing this year and the last year. But it is what it is. Like
what did he say before the season started? They're going to be.
They did have a top 3 secondary according to PFF. They did.
According to PFF, you had to throw that in there.
I'm just
sources,
saying.
Man. Check the sources.
Wait, DL, don't say anything about sources because you said something in the text message a couple of days ago that you use sources for. So don't be coming at me with that now.
Yeah, but you can't.
Don't be coming at me with that now.
You can't
don't
make
be
your
coming at me
observations
that now.
solely on sources, man.
Joey made his observations solely on the Ravens' glasses. Come on now.
Sources say that Cooper Kupp is a 98 overall. Is that true? Let's go around the clock.
He was top 3 in all statistics last year. Top 3 in all statistics last year.
He is one tick less than Devontae Adams. Is that what we're saying?
No, do not answer him. I'm not starting the podcast.
All right.
Weekly Cooper Kupp hate. I'm not doing that. I'm not starting the podcast like that.
But
all right. I'll let it go.
Yeah, that's why I'm a Baltimore Ravens fan, man.
Perfect. All right. Jared, how about you?
Maryland? Yeah, I'm from Maryland too. It's actually because of my dad. He's actually born in Baltimore, but he just grew up seeing like commercials of Mean Joe Green and like how good and dominant the defense was back in the day. And then he just was a Steelers fan all the way up until now. So I was kind of born into it, so I really didn't have a choice.
So question, how old was your dad? Like, he wasn't here when the Ravens were here. The Baltimore Colts, right?
Yeah, it was the Colts. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say something. My dad stopped watching football for a long time when the Baltimore Colts left. They tried to. They apparently Ken Cook, the guy that owned the Redskins before Snyder, tried to get all the Baltimore and Maryland area people to start rooting for the Redskins because we lost our team.
Right.
My dad and a lot of people in Baltimore just did not watch football.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I guess he just decided to go to the Steelers because I guess their defense was crazy and the commercials were good. I guess Mean Joe Green.
Saw a great franchise. Yeah, the best franchise in NFL history.
He's spitting. Yeah.
Smooth. Now let us know why you became a Patriots fan after.
See, all right. A lot of people going to try to say I hopped on the bandwagon because they just won the Super Bowls. However, that is completely false. Much like Chris, when I was young, when I first started watching football, I know y'all remember the game NFL Street. That was one of the first games I've ever played. And with that game, like, I used to like gravitate towards playing with people like Corey Dillon, Tyler, Rodney Harrison, some of those players, names who I used to play with on the game, and then I eventually just start liking them as a franchise. That had nothing to do with, honestly, Tom Brady. It was more so like Chris said, me being a defensive guy, I've said this before, Wayne. I don't know why you're giving me that look. Because it falls in the timeline when they won their first, Super Bowl, which was 2004. I mean, it does, but I was what? How old was I back then? Back in 2004, I was what, 8 years old? That's when we first started playing football. And I was one of the few people that I played. I can name you that whole squad back then. Kevin Falk, Corey Dillon, Willie McGinnis, Teddy Bruschi, Mike Vrabel. So I just became a big fan of them. And then from there on, it just kind of stuck, honestly.
Cool, Darrell. I like how you try to ring off Hall of Famers to make it seem like you knew the team.
You want me to keep going?
Hey, hold on, Darrell. Don't let him talk. He's got to have two. He's got to have two segments because
two explanations, right? You got two teams.
Two teams in the same conference, like makes
it's
sense.
It's a win-win for Wayne. It's a win-win.
And the one, I hope people don't think he's a bandwagon.
Context matters, guys. Context matters. So my favorite team, I know I'm from Miami, is the Steelers, because that's the first football team I played for. North Day Steelers. And my dad was like, all right, I guess we're Steelers fans. Cordell Stewart was the Flash, Flash, that was my guy. So he's my favorite player growing up. Then I went to Joey Porter. And then it was Joey Porter forever. Even when Joey Porter went to the Dolphins, I started even watching Dolphins because of Joey Porter. But then I just love the defense, They have Sher Palomalo and the crew. So that's the reason why I was a Steelers fan. It's so corny that actually influenced my college decision on who I was going to go play college football. I was like, oh, yeah.
I wanted to see the Steelers practice there. Oh, yeah. Steelers practice. I get drafted by the Steelers. Maybe they'll give me a pro day.
I'm just going to play college football. Just to play. These is not making it to them. But yeah, that's what's cool. And the reason why my second team I like to watch, the Chiefs, these guys are here talking crazy.
Hey, when did you become a fan? 2017?
Actually, became a Chiefs fan.
I'm joking. When Patty Mahomes became starting quarterback, huh?
No, Tony Gonzalez. I always told myself, you was skinny, bro, you would be a receiver. And I was like, nah, I'm more tight end mold. So then, huge Tony Gonzalez fan. Love Tony Gonzalez, Trent Green, Priest Holmes, when Dwayne Bull was on the team. And he kept saying, I love that team. So
you didn't even name one of the top franchise running backs, man.
Larry Johnson was on
Jamal
there.
Charles.
Jamal Charles, I was going to say.
They always had Priest Holmes was nice, bro.
Priest
Holmes, I know was nice.
Charles was better than Priest Holmes.
He had that 1 year, though, that was crazy.
He did, but he's not better.
The 1 year.
Yeah, well, CJ2K did that same year, too.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's the reason why I became fans of those teams, man. I think it's cool. Yeah, for me, I didn't pick the Dolphins. I grew up literally, because they suck. I always knew they sucked, so I was like, I'm never going to be a Dolphins fan. I hate losing, so I just couldn't be a Dolphins fan because they always are awesome. I used to go to all the Steelers game when they played. One time the Dolphins Steelers came to town, go to the game. Bro, one time, I think I was in the third grade, bro. I had a test the next day. It was a rain delay. Bro, I was at that game for that game, it was like a Monday night game. That game didn't end until 2 a.m. because of how many delays it had, bro. And it was raining, bro. I was soaked, drowning, sweat. I stayed long too. I got Plexus with Bird signature, Joey Porter. I think it was a couple rookie year Troy. I lost that damn football though. I'm sick. I don't know where that's at.
All them autographs.
Yeah, all them autographs on one football, bro. Lost it all, man. I was like, no.
If y'all wondering why I couldn't get with the Redskins, they was the Redskins before the Commanders, obviously, is because Sean Alexander. I used to root for them, but Sean Alexander used to literally beat that team into the ground every single playoffs. And I just got tired of it. I think when J.C. Campbell left, I was just like, yeah, I'm done with them. Like I can't do it no more. I can't root for them. RG3 made a comeback, and but guess what they lost to again? The Seahawks. So, I couldn't do it. And for all of you asking, yes, I've been to Massachusetts before. I've been to Boston before. So, yeah, I can confirm that I'm a Patriots.
Was it for a Patriots game?
Wasn't for a Patriots game, but that's not. It wasn't for a Patriots game. However, a lot of you like some people say, how you gonna be a fan? You ain't never been to the state. You ain't never been to the city. I've been to Boston before. So.
How you a fan? You ever been to the stadium?
I've been to the stadium. It's too cold up there, bro.
Bro, you can schedule like September. Like,
hey, you ever been to
bro, you know how cold it is in New Hampshire. And up there, I went to New Hampshire on a visit, but I've also
you can even hit a preseason game.
I've been to Boston. Bro,
for cheap.
The flight won't be cheap. The game might be, but
it's called experience.
You never been to a Patriots game. You Commanders fan. I know you been to Commanders game.
I've been to Commanders game, but that's only because my dad worked for Metro and I used to get free tickets, and the Metro runs straight to there. Like so,
They
rebuilt.
They played in the Redskins in your lifetime, but you can win. But all right, man. Let's go ahead and get to these topics, man. So the Jets and Giants are on fire. The Jets beat up on the Packers this weekend, and the Giants, an impressive comeback, beat on the Ravens. So my question to you guys is, which team has been more impressive thus far this season?
I'll go first. I'm going to say Giants have been more impressive because of one, they got their Daniel Jones as a quarterback. Dabble has brought the most out of him, and he's brought Saquon Barkley back to a top 5 running back, top 3 arguably right now because of our stats right now. I want to make it known that I knew the Jets were going to be competitive and good this year, so that's why I'm picking the Giants too. I said this in the offseason that they've made really good moves. And they're going in the right direction, and so I'm not going to say Jets because I knew had a feeling that they were going to be competitive and good. Giants definitely shocked me. Giants are now battling for the division, and that division is tough this year.
Nuts.
Usually that division, so the winner's 8-8, 9-7. Now the winner's it's gonna be a neck and neck race for who's winning that division. There could be 3 teams in the playoffs out of the NFC East.
Which is crazy.
That never happens.
But the Giants, Dabble's done a great job. That defense is rocking. Kayvon Thibodeau's making big plays. He's beating tackles consistently too. So I'm going with the Giants.
Jerry, you want to go next?
Yeah. I'll start by saying that the Steelers definitely should have beat the Jets. That was so sad. Such a sad game. But the Jets look really impressive, but like Chubb said, we thought they would because they had a really good draft. Their draft was crazy this year. Like all
and their free agents.
And the free agent signings too was nuts. But yeah, I also have to go with the Giants as far as who looks more impressive because their strength of schedule, like they beat the Ravens, but Ravens are subject to choke, but they also beat the Packers as well, but they're not looking as good as they were or they normally are. But yeah, I would definitely say the Giants because the strength of schedule and they have more wins too.
I think y'all tripping, bro. The Jets is definitely the more impressive team, man. Just because the Jets suck, bro, and have sucked for years. And the fact that they're
Giants haven't.
I was gonna say Giants, after Eli,
Giants have won two Super Bowls in our lifetime, bro.
Bro, but look what they've done with Daniel Jones up until his career.
We expected Daniel Jones to be a decent quarterback in the league, though. You know what I'm saying?
Did we?
Did we?
Not
Yeah.
that far, buddy.
I said a decent quarterback. I didn't say elite. I said a decent
Isn't
quarterback.
he on year 4?
On top
Yeah.
of he's been hurt. He's been hurt damn near every year.
Now
So, I
this
mean, he has Saquon. He has a good supporting cast. The defense is not
Saquon's been
that
hurt the
bad,
last
bro.
2 years.
And again, look at that division. That division is very liable to have the Commanders coming out. Like that division varies from year to year. Whoever comes out of that division, I'm not saying it's not impressive that they're 5-1. That's very impressive. However, the Jets have beaten the Packers. The Jets put up 40 on an elite defense in Miami, and again, they've won with Joe Flacco being their starter. And I'm not saying Joe Flacco's trash, but Joe Flacco's definitely not Joe Flacco anymore. On top of them being second in our division already, maybe that I think that will change. But as of right now, as it stands, the Jets have definitely been living up to a higher expectation than whatever. Nobody expected the Jets to only have 1-2 losses by now. Their drafts were good, but when you have rookies coming in, they don't produce right away. However, Breece Hall, Sauce Gardner been strapping, and I just think they're performing altogether well as a team. So I'm gonna have to go with the Jets.
Hey, don't say nobody, because if you go back to our predictions, I said the Jets are going to be finishing second in the division.
Also, I feel like I figured that they would be good once they got Saleh as coach, because I knew he was a decent defensive coach. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Chubbs and Jared on this one. I thought the Jets would. I didn't think they would be. I had the Patriots finishing last in the division, and I had the Jets finishing
Third.
And like Jared said, they should have lost to the Steelers, and they should have lost to.
You can't say should have.
Yeah,
bro.
literally, Kenny Pickett threw a pick that basically cost the game. Like they should have won that game. And then they beat the Browns by scoring 2 touchdowns in a minute and 20 seconds because of an onside kick and foolishness. So they should not have wins that they have. They should really only have the 2 wins. But how many wins is that? They should have the 1 win really versus.
Oh my goodness,
2 wins
man.
versus wins, bro.
Y'all never give credit where credit is due, bro. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, bro. They won. That's what matters.
I understand.
Went out the door.
Watching the game, we all got eyes and we can see. Those are 2 clear games that they lucked out to win. But they won them. I've got to say the Giants have to be the more impressive one. Because before the season, we were talking about, are they going to get C.J. Stroud or Bryce Young next year? That was the discussion around the Giants, right? I felt, a lot of us felt good about their 2 first-round picks with Evan Neal and Thibodeau. But a lot of people had them winning 5 games this year. They already have won 5 games. And if you look at their next 4 games, they play the Jaguars, they play the Seahawks, the Texans, and Lions. By Thanksgiving, the Giants can be 9-1. Like, Brian Dable, to me, if he comes out 9-1 out of this, don't even talk about Coach of the Year discussions. It's already settled. That guy's already the Coach of the Year. Right? Everyone thought the Giants were going to finish last in that division. Everyone thought they were going to win less than 5 games.
Well,
So I think
I
it's
disagree with
very
that Coach of the Year. I think I think it will be in the NFC East, but different coach. I think
Against
Sirianni's
Sirianni?
going to win it. Yeah.
Possibly, if they go undefeated, then obviously got no choice to give it to them. But that team is expected to be good this year anyway. That's why I just put Brian Dable, because he took a team that was expected to do nothing, and they look like they're going to be in the playoffs, right? Again, they have wins versus the Ravens, win versus the Packers. They beat the Panthers suck now, so that's not really impressive. They beat the Titans, and then I said the Packers already. They lost to the Cowboys. And we also got to think about this. They're doing this with no receiver one. Their receiving core is very diminished, and they're finding ways to win games. So, to me...
Time out. What do you always say, though, Wayne?
Say something dumb.
What do you always say?
Say something
What do you always
dumb.
say? You need a what to be able to what? You need a run game in order to be able to have a passing game.
Pass.
They have a top 3 running back in Saquon Barkley. And again, Daniel Jones is not a bad quarterback. And if that was their franchise quarterback, because if that was their franchise quarterback, if you're able to, establish a run game, all you need is people to catch the ball. Like, you don't need big name receivers to catch the ball, because everybody's looking out for the run, and all you need is receivers to catch the ball. They don't got to look again. I mean, we're gonna get into the Patriots, but the Patriots have a run game right now, and that's why Bailey Zappi is able to come in and produce with the receivers that he had. So you can't discredit that.
You got a run game in the defense. You're typically going to win.
But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this about Daniel Jones. Dable is getting the most out of him, though. Like I predicted this too. Dable had Josh Allen, and I said before the year, Daniel Jones isn't the biggest dual threat, but he is a dual threat. He's top 3 rushing stats with quarterbacks right now. He's behind Lamar and Jalen. So I agree. I agree in some sort, Wayne. But I think it's going to come down to the Eagles and Giants game, who's going to get that coach of the year, in my opinion. But Dable is getting the most out of Daniel Jones and showing what he can be, winning football. He don't need to throw for 300 yards. He could throw for like 170, 200, run for like 80, give the ball to Saquon. They play good defense. They're going to win games. That's what they've been doing. That's all you need out of him. Don't throw any interceptions, no turnovers, play smart football, we'll win the football game.
Just be a more athletic Jimmy G. That's all
crazy. He's just the poor man's Josh Allen. Come on.
Giants O-line been playing decent too. I remember when they were trash.
Yeah. So he's having time. And also they're moving the pocket around too, so they don't have to, block as hard. So Dabo's definitely doing a great job.
Daniel Jones is Kirk Cousins with wheels.
That's crazy.
Kirk Cousins with wheels is nuts, bro. All right, man. Next topic. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills win the battle versus the Kansas City Chiefs. So my question to you all is, after this game, what are your takeaways, and what team were you? Obviously, the Bills won, but what team were you more impressed with, or what quarterback?
I mean,
since he's rubbing his hands, let him go first. He's rubbing his hands like he's Birdman.
Bro, he about to. That shit sound like friction. He's about to see flames. That shit was rough.
I'm on you.
Let's hear it then. Let's hear it.
Josh Allen for MVP. There's no scenario that you can give me that wouldn't be valid in comparing Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen this year. All right, I'm not saying that Josh Allen is the better overall quarterback as far as their career goes, but however, Josh Allen has been playing just as good, if not better, as Patrick Mahomes. I think this game was everything everybody thought it would be. Two powerhouses in the AFC. This is probably, in my opinion, going to be the 1 and 2 seeds in the AFC Championship. We've seen that. We've seen it in the past. I think it kind of meant a lot more to the Bills this weekend. But I think that Patrick, what the question is, who's better or what?
What was more impressive to you?
I mean, I think they were equally as impressive. I would say that they're equal. It's everything we expected. You know what I'm saying? Whoever would have won, they would have, gotten the same praise. But I think this kind of solidifies Josh Allen as a top quarterback in the league because he was able to beat, the Chiefs in this head-to-head matchup. If you look at their stats, they got the same exact stats. But let me finish.
Truthfully, Kansas City should have won this game.
Bro, I can't say y'all speaking. You can't speak hypotheticals.
No, I'm not speaking hypotheticals. Not speaking hypotheticals. Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions, and they lost by 4.
2 interceptions, and their best safety didn't play.
They lost by 4.
And their best safety didn't play.
That doesn't mean I don't care about that. It's the end. I hate when people say it.
He could have threw 3. All right,
NFL.
so I hate when you say
NFL.
They should have lost when they won.
My point is, you're saying he threw 2 crucial picks. Like the Ravens should have won it, but Lamar threw a pick in the last 3 minutes of the game. and gave the
That
ball.
comes with the game, Chris. That comes with the game.
But I'm saying, how can you say their stats are similar?
I'm saying their season stats. Their season stats are similar.
We're not talking about season. We're talking about this game.
All right. Well, again,
Don't cut him off.
Josh Allen threw no picks compared to 2 picks. So
yes, he's the most impressive one out of the game. That's Don't say it's identical. It's not identical. One was clearly better than the other.
How was one clearly? If he's able to
threw the ball,
Chris,
what do you not understand about that?
Because to your point, if he threw 2 picks and they were lost by 4 points, they were pretty identical. Like, what do you mean? I don't like. What do you mean?
All right, whatever. You're not getting it. You're not getting
I do get it. So you're saying if he didn't throw 2 picks, then they would have won by more than Kansas City would have won.
Kansas City would have won.
How do you know? They would have went down and scored? How do you know that? Could have been 3 and out, turnover 1 down.
I've seen it.
That's a hypothetical situation, bro.
Okay.
That's a hypothetical situation.
All right. Reeling it back in.
Right or wrong? Am I right or wrong?
Reeling it back in.
To be fair, that one did happen with Tyreek Hill. Chiefs Bills, yeah.
So, Jerry, who was more impressive to you? One of your
Yeah, I thought the Bills were more impressive too. Actually, since I was at the Steelers game, I didn't get to see anything. I normally watch Red Zone so I can see like what's going on in the games. But yeah, I thought the Bills were more impressive just because it seems like Josh Allen's playing flawlessly, kind of. But I also think that they have a better team. Like they have better defense, the Bills. But yeah, I would say Josh Allen's more impressive.
Chubbs.
Yeah.
Josh Allen's more impressive. Had a more impressive game. Simple. Threw for 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Played smart football. Did not turn the ball over. What you want your quarterback to do.
He had a fumble.
All right. Well.
Oh, did he?
But anyway.
All right. So I'm going to speak. And DL, I'm with you. I am also with Chubbs with the Chiefs should have won this game. The one interception in the back of the end zone on 4th down, I'm not going to say anything about. Like, that's just a 4th down. I'm running out of bounds. It's the last play. Let me just throw it up to see if one of my receivers can make it. That's just one of those, right? To me, everyone says Josh Allen was impressive. I think we're looking at end result. But the Kansas City Chiefs defense held them to 24 points with 3 street corners out there and a backup safety. So they didn't have 2 of their corners. So that to me, that's it's very similar to the playoff game where all their corners were out. That's why Josh Allen had that huge day. And besides, he did those 3 drives were impressive, especially the one where they went 99 yards. Super impressive on that one, right? Super impressive. But besides that, for most of the game, I think the Kansas City defense really held them in check. I can't say the one thing that you can say is that the Chiefs clearly in a game like this miss Tyreek Hill because you don't have that explosive ability. And I just have to say this to the media. Stop hyping up Mecole Hardman. I've been hearing this for 2 to 3 years. When they mention the weapons the Chiefs have, they have Mecole Hardman. He is what I said Devin Duvernay is. He is just a returner. That is what that guy is. He is a special team specialist, and he can make a few big plays for you out the year. But he's not no big-time receiver. So they have to stop naming this guy and stop doing that. I'm sick and tired of it. He's been with Patrick Mahomes for 4 years now, and he only blossomed once or a couple times throughout the year. Sick of that. He's supposed to be the guy to take over. He has similar, and I wouldn't say as fast, but similar speed to Tyreek Hill. That's what the family claim was.
Hey, Wayne, you lied, bro. I gotta keep you honest.
I lied about what?
You guys had 1 corner out. You had your 2 starting safeties and your starting L'Jarius Sneed played. You had 1 corner out.
L'Jarius Sneed got hurt in the middle of the game.
He played. He started, didn't he?
He got hurt in the beginning of the game.
But my point is, you're making it seem like to everybody that's listening that you guys were out there without him from the jump.
Chubbs, he got hurt in the first.
And you said safeties. Both your starting safeties were out playing.
I said rotational safety. I didn't say both starting safeties.
You said starters, but okay.
So rotational safety.
You should start.
Your one starting corner out. Your best corner hurt in the first quarter.
So when you shit on my team for stuff that happens like that, but we don't keep that honest.
What are you talking about?
When Ravens corners go down, like Marlon got hurt a couple weeks ago, we didn't say that.
Chubbs, y'all did the same thing 4 weeks in a row.
But my point is keep it consistent. My point is keep it consistent.
When did Marlon get hurt?
He got hurt during the game during the collapse of the Dolphins.
Mm-hmm.
He came back. He came back in, but he missed crucial time.
Right? Getting hurt
we had Kevon Seymour out there.
You're interrupting.
Kevon Seymour out there.
Let's not get back on the
Ravens. I'm sorry. Jared's seeing this. No, Jared's seeing this for the first time, but I just want people to be consistent because when I say stuff, it's I'm making excuses. But when you say stuff, this is the reason.
I thought you had a sinus infection.
Side note, Wayne and Chris and Jared, just so you know, both Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes threw 40 passes. Josh Allen completed 27. Patrick Mahomes completed 25 with the 2 picks. Identical stats. Patrick Mahomes had more yards. Patrick Mahomes had more yards.
3 touchdowns.
Just saying.
0 interceptions is not identical.
We're getting away from my point.
I'm just saying, identical stats, bro. So
I'm just saying, don't downplay the Bills and Josh Allen. You guys still had players out there that you are.
No, Chubbs, first of all, I'm not even talking about that because you're talking about a guy that got hurt that came back in the game. That's not similar to a guy being hurt and not coming back. So I don't know why you just threw your hand like that. Anyway.
Jared, this is what they do.
Yeah.
I see that. I already see that.
Wayne is never consistent.
I haven't even been here for that long.
He's never consistent when it comes to his teams. He only want to shit on my team. No.
More actual all pros. That's what I'm consistent about. All right.
Okay.
Hey, that was funny.
Somebody was an all pro when they never been there. Okay. Anyway. So, like I said, I think it's overhyped because everyone like he's the best guy in football. I think he had 2 or 3 impressive drives out of all the drives out of the game. I think Kansas City Chiefs defense played really well. Again, Patrick Mahomes is with new receivers, and I finally seen the Juju and him connection work. Juju had, I think, 5 catches, 114 yards. So he had a pretty big game. Just need everybody else to step up, and I think they're going to get better. I think by the time the playoffs happens, this won't matter because the safety's going to happen like it did last year.
Tell us, what you say about receivers? Patrick Mahomes having new receivers.
He had new receivers.
He had new receivers. So you're telling me in week 6 when they're 4-1, he hasn't adjusted to new receivers?
I'm talking about like new receivers this year. Like only Nico.
I'm saying they're 4-1.
Wayne. Well, Jerry Sneed played 73 snaps.
Chris was not about to let that go.
Consistency.
He said first quarter.
He had 73 snaps. In the beginning of the game, he played 73 snaps. That's crazy. That's a lot of snaps in the first quarter. He played 100% of the snaps. Yo.
All right, listen.
Fact check him, Chubbs. Fact check.
You know what, Jared? Let me tell you why he did this. Because it's been the last 4 episodes.
It looked like he was a ghost out there. That's what it was.
The last 4 episodes. He was getting
they didn't have nobody out there.
He was getting cooked. The last 4 episodes, Jared, Chubbs has been saying facts that have clearly I've shown to be wrong every time. So you got me.
Every time?
Either way, like I said.
Every time.
Last 4 episodes, every time you get it wrong. So anyway.
That's a matter of opinion for you. But
Chubbs, what are you into interrupting people today? I've never seen you like this before.
We're not even talking about the Ravens. That's crazy.
Consistency.
Yeah, we're talking about the Ravens.
Consistency.
Anyway, like I said, Josh Allen's performance was good, but I think it's being overhyped. And I just think the Chiefs are going to end up winning in the playoffs. But this was a very pivotal win for the Bills because now, more than likely, the Rams don't have to go through Buffalo. So that is something the Chiefs probably would much rather go through. So
weren't the Bills missing people too on defense?
They're missing their starting safety.
All-pro safety, Micah Hyde. Yes.
And then
So
Poyer drove to the game.
Poyer's playing.
Poyer played.
Their
Davis
starting
White's not playing,
safeties.
though.
Their starting corners that have been from the beginning of the year have been playing Jackson and Kareem Elam. But Tre'Davious hasn't played a single game this whole year so far.
Right.
Which is
When's he supposed to come back?
Which is crazy. When he comes back,
year, so he should be. He should be in by the end of he should be in by the middle of the season. I'm hoping, and that's crazy for me to say. I have to root for the Bills. That's my second team because they're in my division. So if we don't make it, then I'm more so rooting. Look. I'm more so rooting. Listen.
I am never rooting for the Steelers, Browns, or Bengals. Get out of here.
Listen.
Wayne, where you at? Because I cannot believe you just said that. I cannot believe
Chris,
you just said that.
You know I'm rooting for Josh Allen and the Maryland native, Stephon Diggs. You know that.
Care.
You know that, bro. You know I have to root for the Maryland native. So,
bro, I don't care
that's
if
what it is.
A Maryland player won the Heisman and played quarterback for the Steelers, and I would never root for the Steelers to win a Super Bowl. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel the same way about the Ravens. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Wait, you heard that shit?
What?
The Bills is his second team in his division that he roots for.
How
can you do that?
Team, bro.
That's weird.
That's weird. For real.
Weird.
For real.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah, man, like I said, I think the biggest thing also for this game for me was Von Miller. They got him for the Chiefs.
Beast.
And it worked. So,
sheesh.
Boy, 36, 37, playing like he youngin'.
Yeah. Next topic, and the topic I've been waiting to get to. The Pittsburgh Steelers upset DL's favorite quarterback of all time. Tom, go home, old man. Go find your wife, Brady. He's out of here.
Them
And I'm
old
going to say
legs.
this, and I'm going to start this. I am the biggest Tom Brady hater in the world, and I am loving this demise of Brady. I hope he continues to look worse each and every other week, and him yelling at his teammates when he has the audacity not to go to walkthrough, not to fly with the team, not to come to Saturday walkthrough, to miss Wednesday practices. Why are you missing Wednesday practices? You're going on a divorce. The marriage counseling isn't working, buddy. So you need to be at practice and win football games. I am loving Tom Brady looking like crap this year. And he couldn't do it against the Steelers cornerback crew, which you can fact check this, buddy. We didn't have our top two defenders. We didn't have any good corners out there. We had Trey Norwood and the crew out there, man. When you make Terrell Edmonds look good, you need to do better as an offensive coordinator. So, I'm happy about this.
Not bad.
And then the better thing I'm happy about is money-making Mitch coming in and winning the game with Kenny, Two Gloves Pickett. Couldn't do anything. And I'm not blaming Kenny.
He was 5. He was 7 for 7 with a touchdown to start the game. What you talking about?
He got to get to the touchdown. Let's relax. That offense, listen, I'm going to tell you this right now. The Steelers offense is the worst offense I've ever watched in my history of watching football. Not the NFL, football. And I played on a St. Vincent College football team where our offense didn't get a first down in the game. And that team looked more impressive than what I've been watching on the Steelers offensive side. But you know what?
It's 3rd and 20. Let's run a screen, guys.
Mapletron. That's something St. Vincent would do.
Let's throw the deep ball.
That's what the Steelers would
Take
do.
a shot.
Take a shot. Come on, Brett.
But like I said, Mitch came out there and outplayed Tom Brady. Mapletron came at the end of the game, and instead of doing TikToks, he was catching passes.
Top 3.
Yeah, he looked like a top 3 receiver that day. I don't know if we could get that ever again. And then I also want to talk about something that came out in the Blitzburg. Basically, the reason why Mitch lost his spot wasn't actually due to a terrible play, even though he wasn't playing the best. It's actually due to him and Deontay Johnson getting into a confrontation at halftime with a hometown rivalry and trying to break them up from yelling and arguing with each other. So I said my piece, and I'm going to let Jared go next because he was at the game. And
I was.
You guys can talk.
It was such a great feeling being there. Like when we sacked Tom Brady, oh man, I had no voice. I was screaming. I guess let's see how I want to start this off. I'm gonna have to agree with you. Our offense it looks so bad. This year, I mean, last year, I feel like I don't know how you feel about the whole Ben situation, but I feel like he single-handedly won us like 8 games last year.
Definitely did.
He definitely
did. In the fourth quarter every time.
Yeah, he overcame. I don't even know how many. Like Matt Canada, he overcame Matt Canada like 8 or 9 times last year, and he almost did it 2 other times, but we lost by like touchdown or whatever.
Could have beat the Vikings if Chase wasn't celebrating.
Yeah, exactly. And then what was the other Chargers game? Our defense sold us last year. We would have won that, or could have won that game too. But yeah, Mitch. Yeah, shoot, I didn't expect Mitch to look this good in this game. Like he was dealing. Like when he threw the touchdown to Claypool, I thought that it was a pick. I was like, yep, it's over. It's Mitch. We've seen this story before, and it was a touchdown, lo and behold. And I was like, wow, this is nuts. But
Jerry, I don't mean to cut you off. We don't see Mitch throw picks. We see Kenny throw picks. All right, we see
He's
Kenny
a rookie.
throw
Give
picks.
him the benefit of the doubt. Like that happens.
He is 27. He's not a rookie.
how many of those? How many?
Whedon rookie, bro. Remember Brandon Whedon was like a rookie at 28 or something like that.
Yeah, that's not a rookie.
How many of the picks are Kenny's fault though? That's the thing. That's what I'm thinking.
A lot. He's taking shots. That's what it is. He's taking shots, and it's.
I would only.
You like to see that though. A little bit of aggressiveness.
I would say only one of them is not his fault.
Bruh, Wayne, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, bro.
Be aggressive.
Sometimes you can take.
That was your issue with Mitch Trubisky for the first few games of the season. Bro.
You know what? This is proving what I said. I said if you let Mitch play free, he can ball. But if he feels like there's pressure,
he's looking over his shoulder all the time when he's playing.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
When he's playing. Now Kenny's concussed. Oh, there's no way he's getting.
Yeah, I'm going in. He plays better off the bench. He plays better off the bench. I feel like he's a bench player.
I mean, well, but at the same time, like, what would you think if you acquire me in the offseason and then you draft a quarterback first round? What would you be doing?
That's what I
play
said.
better.
No. I see that. I'm not trying to make mistakes. I'm not trying to make mistakes that happen.
Yeah, but at the same, I mean, and then again, like I feel like he shouldn't be playing that way because y'all have one of the best receiving corps in the league. So I don't understand why Mitch Trubisky is a decent quarterback, and he should at least be giving his receivers an opportunity to make a play. You know what I'm saying? Instead of playing so conservative. Kenny Pickett's going to come in there, and because he's a rookie, come in there and just air that thing out because he ain't got nothing to lose.
He can play freely. That's all it's about.
Yeah.
And that's what I said. As soon as we drafted Kenny, I said, all right, Mitch is not going to be the guy I thought he was going to be because he's going to play like he has someone looking over his shoulder every time. Like, we're in the middle of the game. Yeah. He gets sacked. They're screaming Kenny Pickett. Like, all right, bro. Like, he was a top draft pick. Number 2 pick in the draft. Got selected for Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Went to Chicago. Went 2 playoff games. Right? Been to 3 playoffs. And should have won 3 playoff games if his kicker, Cody Parkey, didn't miss a 38-yard field goal. Right? And then they said, nah, we're not going to pick you up for your extension. Like, yo, you're and you had like 3 different coordinators during your time there. Like, confidence is not there. And then you get to Pittsburgh, they tell you you're a guy, you take him around to the goddamn Permanis and shit. And he thinks he's the next face of the team. Yeah, he's like, all right, you already got to, like, I got to replace Big Ben. That's a big pressure already. And then now you draft Kenny Pickett. I think if they would have drafted Malik Willis, he would have been all right. But no, you draft Kenny Pickett, the guy that went to college in Pittsburgh, that played at that stadium for 4 or 5 years, Heisman candidate. That's a lot of pressure. So
we might have been better off drafting Malik Willis, honestly. Just let Trubisky ride it out.
The only issue with him playing conservative, like I said in the beginning of this, if you're playing conservative, your ass better be winning games. Because if you're not winning games, them fans are going to be on your ass, which they have.
With the Steelers, it's hard to play conservative when you can't win the ball. So,
Yeah, I was gonna say you need a running game if you want to play conservative. That's what I was about to say.
I got a question. I mean, he just came back and won y'all that game. If Kenny comes back after concussion's healthy, after already starting him, does Tomlin start Kenny?
don't ask me. Ask everybody.
I think so. I think so because he already made the switch. So like
that's what I'm saying.
He'll probably
if you don't, won't that like affect? Wouldn't you think that would affect Kenny in a negative way?
So
once you make that switch, you can't go back because that's already going to mess up like his confidence, and you're already going. If he's healthy and they don't start him, that locker room is already messed up. So
yep.
And I'll get into the game right now. That was my question, but I got another question for y'all. Is it the Steelers played well, or are the Bucs like bad this year? Like
Bucs
really
are bad. So that's why I don't know why the Steelers like these Steelers fans
because
here are.
I think
I think it's just because it's Brady.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
I don't think the Bucs are bad. I think Brady is bad.
Well, I will also give Brady the benefit of the doubt that the offensive line has had like 3 crucial injuries this offseason. Their center, their right, I think left tackle, and a guard.
Listen to me. I know Jared was at the game. I don't know if you saw this. Chris Godwin was open a shit ton of times yesterday, and Brady did not see him. He was open. Chris Godwin should have had at least 150 yards in receiving.
I mean,
he missed him a few times too. He missed them like 4 times, like 4 times.
6 for 95. You think that?
But
just
that
comes
also
with
can be a
protection?
if he's got someone in his face, that's hard to throw.
Yeah, that's protection. That's a protection issue. It's not
We're
like
gonna have Melvin Marvin Leal. Like, bro,
it don't matter. They got guys off the like you say off the street corner. They got off the street linemen. They're on their third string center.
We did get him off his spot a lot, so we did mess up a bunch of throws. I saw during the game. So
I just like the shit on Brady, man.
Which is crazy because again,
so do I.
You haven't won your Mount Rushmore. I'm not getting over that, bro. You still got to win your Mount Rushmore.
So the Bucs. I don't think the Bucs are going to bring him back after this year. So do you think he's done? Right?
I think he's done regardless.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, his life's falling apart. I think he should just quit football. Like
I would believe it right now. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying.
If I'm not making playoffs, I'm out.
Yeah, like
I'm out.
He had
for real.
He came back and decided he was going to the Dolphins. That's what happened. He decided he was going to the Dolphins to stack the deck, and then kind of happened with all that bad stuff. So it was too late. It was written.
It is too soon to tell, and I'm gonna stick on that. I like saying it's too soon to tell. They only 3-3. We only in week 7.
I was gonna say 3-3.
Do not place your bets against Tom Brady, bro.
If they don't make some moves for the offensive line or the trades, then I'm placing my bets.
Listen, I think go, Jared.
I was just gonna say the one year they won 2 years ago when they won the Super Bowl. I think they had some like special sauce or something like that because I don't know. They got hot right at the right time. I don't know how they pulled that off.
They brought all them guys back and they're just not playing the same.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they got. I think
they on that Super Bowl high.
They started off 6-5. So, like Darrell was right. Don't write them off yet. I'm just waiting. I'm solely waiting because when they get to like December and they're still playing like this, I'm talking shit. Oh, you think it's bad now? I'm going crazy. I love the downfall of Tom Brady. This is like the best. It's like you watch like a good TV show. It's like this is like a great.
But is it like how is it? I mean, I'm not going. I understand. It may be a downfall, but like at this point, what else does he have to prove? You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not doing.
What else does he have to prove? Are we going to?
Everyone's going to have a downfall eventually. I mean,
but like, are we going to define his career off the last couple years in Tampa, or are we going to quickly forget that in Tampa he won the Super Bowl in Tampa, and then 6 before that? Like, are we just going to? That doesn't matter.
No, I just get to have fun right now. When he retired, I'll talk how great he is and all that. He's been in the league too long ruining my football experience. So anytime he loses, it's a downfall for me. So.
Being a Steelers and a Chiefs fan, he's done it to you too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Shake a hand, man, he's out.
Especially the Steelers.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me.
Remember the catch? The catch that wasn't.
If that was actually a catch, the whole season goes a lot differently, and we got robbed of that. Jesse caught it.
You gotta maintain position to the
He dropped
ground,
it.
bro.
Okay, man.
All right, man. Next, the Patriots win again. So now the question is,
What a
even
headline.
if Mac Jones returns, should Bailey Zappi remain the starter? And I'm going to go to the Patriot guy himself, Mr. Always Wrong. Go ahead.
Get a rubbing. Bailey
Trying to start a
Zappe
campfire.
for president. Zappy for president. It's Zappy time. I think it'll be foolish to start Mac Jones even if he is healthy. Like is much like, in my opinion, the Kenny Pickett situation and Mr. Trubisky. Now Zappy he's free now. You know what I'm saying? Like he's free to play.
Is
He is because he's not afraid to make mistakes. The first game he played, although we lost, he didn't really play bad. He was just trying to find himself. Now he's getting into his rhythm. Again, we are establishing the run game before we try to just throw him out there and say, complete this pass, especially with the receiving core that we have. He's not able to just go out there and throw it up and, hope for a receiver to come down with it. He's actually going through his progressions. He's actually, being calm and collected. He's actually managing the game. The last game he had over 300 yards. I think he was like 16 for 20 something. 2 touchdowns, no picks. So I think when you have the opportunity that he has, as far as like not just being thrown out there, and being able to play behind, being able to play behind Mac Jones, being able to play behind Brian Hoyer, and then when your shot comes, you know what I'm saying, especially with the coaching that Bill Belichick has, I'm pretty sure he's in the film room, he's watching film, he's just learning how to manage the game to begin with. And when you have that in a coach and that in your coach trusts you, and you're able to produce on top of that, I don't think that it's just going to be a switch up at the snap of a finger just because Mac Jones comes back, because Mac Jones has not been playing up to par at all. Even last year, I wasn't a fan of Mac Jones, and we had way more weapons than we have this year. I'm not going to say way more, but we were better last year on offense than we are this year. And in the first few games, Mac Jones wasn't making the right reads. He was just hoping that Devontae Parker would come down with the ball. He was throwing off his back foot. There are a lot of games in which we should have won, in which our defense kept us in the game, but we just simply lost because Mac Jones just made the wrong play. Like, he just made the wrong play. I don't think you see that with Bailey Zappi. I think he's a young quarterback getting his opportunity and making the best of it by doing it the right way. So I think it'd be foolish if Mac Jones or Brian Hoyer comes back and, they just pull him. Because I said this already, we always have a chance with Bill Belichick being our coach. We started off slow. Our defense always plays well enough to keep us in the game. Even in our Miami loss, we gave up 1 touchdown. We lost 20 to whatever, but we gave up 1 touchdown. We lost to the Ravens. That was a close game. Don't look at me like that.
No.
It was close till the end.
Yeah, it was until we fumbled. And Mac Jones threw off his back foot in the back of the end zone and had that interception. And then I forget who else we lost to, but I just think, like I said, Mac Jones doesn't. By now, he should be making the right decisions, but hasn't. He should be stepping up when we don't have a primary weapon. He should be making the plays, and he just hasn't. And with Bailey Zappi, we see him actually playing football instead of trying to just make something happen. So, yeah.
All right. I'm going to say just a little bit. No, I like how you said about coaching. I'm not going to go into the whole sitting down scenario, but knowing Bill Belichick, as long as Bailey Zappi is playing good football and he's winning games, he will roll with the hot hand. He will. Now, what will happen is have him, if he doesn't this is a hypothetical. If he doesn't go with the hot hand, if Bailey Zappe's winning games, Mac Jones comes back, loses a game, maybe 2 in a row, Bill Belichick's going to pull his ass because that's how Bill Belichick is. So I think you do have something there, but I want to tell you to vibe a little bit. This is only 2 weeks into him playing. If you remember last year, the Jets had a guy named Mike White, balled the first 2 games. Everybody thought he was the next coming of Tom Brady because he had 400 yards with 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. So I like what Zappe's doing, but we need to vibe a little bit on him until he, he shows a little bit more.
But to that point, though, what I'm saying is that he's not going out there trying to throw for 500 yards.
No,
he's playing
smart
football. You know what I'm saying? He's making the right play.
I don't even think Brian Hoyer is even is the backup quarterback anymore when Mac Jones comes back. I think Zappe's earned number 2, at least that. Hoyer playing football for the Patriots this year at any point, unless Zappe and them are down, is over. Zappe's earned that. I'm going to be honest. So all he has to do is keep on playing consistent and be a game manager. That's all that Bill Belichick is asking of him. Yep. You don't have the crazy receivers. You have 2 good running backs that can get you yards and a good offensive line. So all you need to do is and a good defense. So all you got to do is play smart football with him.
Yeah, I would have to say I agree with you, Chubbs. I think when Mac Jones comes back, if he's obviously 100% healthy, I think you put him back in. But if he plays bad, 1 or 2 games, then you pull him for Zappe. I think because it looks like he's been playing better. I haven't been watching too many of the Patriots games except for the one, or the Steelers. But we won't talk about that one. But yeah, I think you put Mac Jones back in, and then if he plays bad, then you put Zappe in because he's been giving you W's. So yeah.
So I am with the L because on September 23rd, 2001, Belichick, someone got hurt, and the guy by the name of Thomas Edward Brady came in, started. Drew Bledsoe was a Pro Bowl quarterback, was a top 10 quarterback in the league at the time. But Brady came in, had a hot hand, and Belichick never looked at it. Mac Jones has not looked impressive. I mean, he did make some good throws every now and then this year, especially versus the Steelers. But Bailey Zappe has had a QB rating above 100%, above 100 in each of the first 3 games. He has 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. This game was impressive because he actually threw the ball a lot, and had a good amount of yards. But with that running game that you guys have in the Patriots, that's what you need when you have rookie quarterbacks and quarterbacks. Run the ball, play good defense, and capitalize on play action. Bailey Zappe had his completion percentage in these games versus the Packers 66, versus the Lions 81%, versus the Browns yesterday 70%. And I believe in the Packers game he came in in the middle of the game because that's the game Mac Jones got hurt, right? Mm-hmm. And you guys went to overtime and lost in overtime. So the Mac attack might be done if you're asking me.
I hope so.
Do they trade him?
I mean, yeah.
But what do you think his value would be?
It depends what team you can get him on. I mean, he's a Pro Bowl quarterback, and he hasn't been terrible.
No, that Pro Bowl was he did not. He was an alternate Pro Bowl player. He did not earn it. Somebody sat out and they picked him up and said, "Let's go."
Johnson was an alternate, and I'm going to
Mac Jones making the play.
That's like getting a participation trophy.
It's the reason why they're getting rid of the Pro Bowl because Mac Jones made it. That's why they're getting rid of the Pro Bowl.
Participation award. Come on, man.
Him and that Gritty, they got rid of it. Like, we ain't doing this.
You ain't watching this white boy dance.
I'm not gonna lie. Mac Jones, Gritty, and the Pro Bowl made all the white boys Gritty. They bullied Mike Gesicki into not
Oh
Mike
my
is thinking,
God.
Bro, Mike is thinking Brady.
he's like,
He brought it out again yesterday. They said, all right, this is not it. They clowned him on Twitter.
He's like, is that better? Is this better?
They made Mike this.
Nah, not at all.
Which is crazy. They told him, yo, this dance is bad. Zach Wilson killed it. Mac Jones did the Yankee Doodle.
Somebody else did it. Who else did it this year? Somebody did it. Quarterback.
Adam Thielen always does it.
Kirk Cousins did it, right?
Yeah,
He did it last year, I think.
Last year, yeah. So, and then obviously Jalen Hurts does it too.
What we need to do, we need to get rid of Mac Jones and get some receivers, bro. That's what we need.
That's what you should do.
No,
if this is the second coming of Tom Brady.
The Patriot way is without receivers.
I know.
I don't agree though. If you look back in the day, they had Deion Branch, Dante Stallworth at one point, and they had receivers around.
They got Devontae Parker, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think about Parker? I think Parker's nice.
Parker needs consistency. That's the big word we're going to use.
All right,
we're going to use consistency because
what did you say Devontae Parker was? He's the worst what?
He's the worst separator in the NFL.
Devontae Parker gets the worst separation among all receivers in the NFL, bro.
That's crazy.
He can't even get a PI call
right now.
He can't even get a PI call, bro. He's terrible.
They got longevity because he don't play.
Don't mean that. What?
Yeah, he was injured like 2 seasons on the Dolphins.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I had high hopes when he came in, but I was like, I looked twice. I was like, nah, bro.
I ain't gonna lie. When he came in the league, I thought he was gonna be like a top 10 receiver. The way he was playing at Louisville, he was a dog.
Yeah,
he was decent on the Dolphins, but he couldn't stay healthy.
It was the socks, bro. It was the socks. We thought he was gonna be good because he had the Mike Wallace socks.
So how do you feel about Jacoby Myers?
Jacoby Myers he's like, to me, and this might be a weird take. He's like who is that name just came to my mind?
I got you.
He's like a Randall Cobb. He's like what Randall Cobb could be.
That played wide receiver but could play quarterback. Who's that guy that played for the Jets and Bills? You know what I'm talking about, right? Guys, I thought his name was Brandon something. I think it was Brandon. It wasn't Brandon. A different Brandon Marshall, but there was a guy that played receiver and played quarterback.
I got it. Jacoby Myers is the guy that should be the third best receiver.
I forgot who that is. I'm gonna look it up.
He's just the best receiver on the team.
That's what I was saying. Like he has like, what's the dude from I always get on y'all about from the Seahawks. That y'all be.
He's not.
I'm not saying he's that good. I'm not. Listen. I'm not saying he's that good. I'm saying that's what I feel like he should be. He should be. It's because as much as he gets the ball, that's what he should be doing. You know what I'm saying? He should be a receiver like that.
You know what he is? He is if Willie Snead got a bunch of targets. That is true. Jacoby Myers.
Hollywood Brown.
No, he's Sammy Coates. That's who he is. That's who he is. He just happens to play for the Patriots, and they don't have any other.
Wes Welker knock off.
Chris Hogan.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. All right, next topic. And this is just the Packers lost to the Jets, and then they lost to the Giants. So my question is, I saw some rumors and there's sentiments around the Packers organizations that this is probably Aaron Rodgers' last year as a Packer. But what is wrong with the Green Bay Packers?
I don't think they have. I mean, they're not getting production out of their weapons, their receivers specifically. I mean, if you're not, so it's hard. It's hard to beat teams when you become one-dimensional at moments. Like I know Dubes has come pretty strong in the last couple of weeks, but when you got a guy like Christian Watson, who was a second-round pick, who isn't doing anything for you, who had a lot of upside, he's a 6'4", 6'3" receiver that can run a 4.3. Like
isn't he the one that dropped the wide open touchdown?
Yes,
yeah.
Yes.
And Rodgers hasn't thrown to him since.
And he hasn't thrown to him since. When your main receiver that's getting hella production is Randall Cobb, that's a problem.
And now he's out. I think he's hurt.
And now he's hurt.
Well,
your number one receiver on your roster is supposed to be Alan Lazard. You're not getting him involved like that. So how do you expect to be successful if your team's being one-dimensional? You're relying on Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. And I don't even think
that's not a bad thing, though.
My question, it's not a bad thing, but can I ask you, is Bakhtari, I can't say his last name, is he back? He's been out for like a year and a half.
I'm pretty sure he's back.
Yeah, I think he's back.
Left tackle? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they have offensive line still. They should be all right.
Their defense, to let you know, their defense hasn't been playing the best.
That too.
But at the end of the day, when you have Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, very dynamic running backs. They're not one-dimensional running backs. These guys can catch the pass out of the backfield. They can run the ball. What happened to Ron Britannia? He was like a top 5, top 10 tight end 1 year, and then he just disappeared.
Top 10. I want
He's
to
been
top
playing.
5. That's a little crazy.
I mean, he led the NFL in touchdowns that year.
Yeah.
So,
true.
I think it's because of Devontae. Devontae was getting the double teams.
Yeah, but like, if you know you don't have the best receivers, then you shouldn't be throwing the ball. I don't care how great you are, Aaron Rodgers. You shouldn't be throwing the ball 35 plus times a game. Like, if you just don't have the weapons and you're not being creative to get them to get open, you know you don't have great weapons. You have to scheme your weapons open. And I don't think LaFleur is doing a great job of doing that. And then also, like, again, run the ball down team's throat.
This is a hot take. I don't think Aaron Rodgers really said anything like this. I think they're putting this out there to get a headline going because they just signed him to a crazy deal. So if he retires, then they don't have to use that money on him. You understand that? He just signed a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how they.
The guy who's not having fun. He's like,
if he wants to retire, he's going to retire. That's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. But unless he says it, I wouldn't put too much stock into it. Because people were saying he wasn't going to be in the Packers this year, and guess where he is? He's with the Packers.
And that's why Devontae left, because Devontae was like, Devontae said he felt like Aaron was only going to be there for a year before he left. So he's like, why would I just sign a long deal to just be with Aaron for one more year? So, yeah. Smooth, what do you think is wrong with the Packers?
I think it's a mix of both. As far as them still trying to find their identity in the passing game. Like I said, if Randall Cobb's like your number one receiver, I know Alan Lazard ain't been balling like how he should. But
what about Sammy Watkins?
He's hurt. Even
go figure.
I don't know why that was a pickup for them to begin with.
Big pickup, right, Wayne?
The only thing they had left.
But I'm looking at the box score, bro, and the Jets beat them with Zach Wilson throwing 18 passes.
So they had 2 rushing touchdowns.
They had 2 rushing. Breece Hall had 20 carries for 116 yards. So that I'm guessing, because I personally didn't watch the game, so I'm guessing that they just couldn't get off the field.
Yeah,
because they gave up 27 points, but like I said, like Zach Wilson only threw 18 passes, and Breece Hall had 20 carries for 116 and a touchdown.
See, that goes to credit to Robert Saleh, that if you don't stop what's not working, like they're running the ball effectively, keep running the football.
Mm-hmm.
I wish other coaches would follow that, Ravens. But yeah, they were running the ball very effective. Why would you stop that? You know what I mean?
I don't think that, I think they'll get it together eventually because much like Tom Brady, don't count Aaron Rodgers out. And we saw what they did last year. They struggled early on last year. They ended up picking it up in the middle of the season, ended up making the playoffs, having one of the best seasons in the playoffs. But I just think that Devontae Adams, last year they had A.J. Dillon and Devontae Adams and they had Aaron Jones. So that is a key for success. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a receiver right now that the defense is keying on. Everybody just all willy nilly running around with their like chickens with their head cut off. So I think when Aaron Rodgers finally gets to a point where he's trusting his targets, they'll be able to put some points on the board. But until then, I think just having that run game isn't going to be enough right now. But I think they'll get it together, honestly. Because even if we look at it, they lost to the Vikings, right? And that was a close game. That was a pretty good game. So they weren't playing bad, but the Vikings just pulled that win out. Then they missed a field goal or something like that. But yeah, I think they're getting there. They're just not there yet.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, they got to ask you about the Vikings. And they won two games. Yeah,
that was us the day.
Yeah. And then they lost these games. So I think the panic button isn't there yet. They played the Commanders. So I think Carson Wentz is out for the next 4 to 5 weeks. That's an easy dub. And then they play the Bills. I think when they play the Bills, we'll really figure out, is this team going to be the team or it's just going to be a bad season? I do agree they have to trust their weapons. I think Allen Lazard has to step up. Romeo Doubs can't be the best receiver on your team when he was like a 7-round.
Right, Carson Wentz hurt?
Yeah, he's out for like 5 weeks.
Yeah, I know what time it is.
And by the
Packers' schedule not looking easy going forward either.
Yeah, it's not.
They need a tank.
Bills, Cowboys, Eagles.
They need to get Bryce Young. That's what they need.
Oh, Rams.
CJ Stroud.
That's why I said Rams. I don't know.
That might be an easy one right there. But they do play the Titans, Eagles. Yeah. and they play the Dolphins, too. And they play the Vikings again. I mean, it's some tough games. But
I think they're really missing Devontae, though, as far as just everything. I mean,
but
he opened up the run game and everything.
Yeah, but to me, when Aaron Rodgers is such an elite quarterback and people say he's the best quarterback they ever seen throwing a football, like him and Matt LaFleur got to figure out a way to scheme these guys up. Yeah. So, all right, man. The next topic that we have on here is just a recap of what we thought about the Eagles-Cowboys game yesterday. And I want to start with Smooth because he was the guy pushing the whole Cooper Rush agenda. And, when that comes back, keep Cooper Rush in, the rush is on. Well, the rush got rushed out. So, I need to know, Smooth, what are your thoughts now?
I think it's a little. It's kind of a tough topic because Cooper Rush did not play well. However, they did play an undefeated Eagles team. And if we're just going to go solely off of this game, then obviously you would want Zach to come back and play if we're just going to, beat him up for going 18 for 38, 3 picks. Yeah, that's ridiculously garbage. However, like I said, they did play an Eagles team whose defense is pretty good. And I'm not gonna lie, I have been on a Cooper Rush train. But I don't think that you just pull him because of this performance. Maybe next week. What do you got next week? We got next week.
Dak is playing. Should be cleared to play next week.
But the thing is, Dak was cleared
to play next week.
Dak was cleared to play this week.
They're playing the Lions. He said he's playing next week. That's his plan.
See, I don't think that's fair. I think if it were me, if I was a coach, if I was Mike McCarthy, I would still start Cooper Rush. And if I see things going down, because it's the Lions, if I see things going downhill, then I would get that back in there.
Nah, I disagree. Because if you don't want to lose this game to Lions.
They're not going to lose the game to the Lions.
How do you know?
Because their defense is pretty elite. Don't
sleep on the Lions, man.
The Eagles' offense was an offense that they're not going to see that often. The type of offense where you're not going to see that often. Having, Jalen Hurts and a good receiving core, a good tight end. That was the Cowboys' biggest challenge so far this year.
What you mean, bro? Tendencies is in division.
You trying to use my own logic against me, bro?
Well, that's your whole logic when you talk about them games. That's your whole logic. It's tendency. They've seen it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but however, the game wasn't – it started off not being close, but –
Consistency, DL.
They lost by 9 points. It was a good game overall. They start coming back. The turnovers came early in the game. you know what I'm saying, for Dallas.
That
Which is why
turnover at the end of the game, too.
The last turnover. But Cooper, he threw 2 picks on like the first 3-4 possessions. And after that, it was just the game kind of got away from him. However, I'm not opposed to them starting Dak, which I know that's what they're probably going to do, but they're going to use it. They're going to use this performance by Cooper Rush as a reason why they're starting him, and that's what's going to get on my nerves, because I'm just like, he has one bad game. How many bad games has Dak had? You know what I'm saying? A lot. That's the answer to that question. A lot.
I got a question for you, dude. Why do you love backups?
Veterans? Backup veterans?
You want Bailey Zappe to start. He's not a backup veteran. All right.
Well, all right. Well, Zappe's a little bit different because, like I said, I've never been sold on Mac Jones to begin with. Like I was never a big fan of Mac Jones. However, like when you see backups come in and perform well, we talked about this. I think in one of our earlier episodes before the season started. Your backup quarterback got to be just as good, obviously not better, or he would be the starter, as your first string quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because your first string quarterback can go down at any time. So your backup quarterback has to be effective, and
you got to be a scheme guy too.
And I don't think it's fair. Like you never. How often do we see first string quarterbacks playing like first string franchise quarterbacks playing like trash, yet they don't get pulled? You know what I'm saying? However, if you see a backup quarterback performing well, then they had one bad game, you know what I'm saying, and that first string quarterback is, ready to play or, is coming off an injury, they automatically throw him in there. Why is that always the case? I think that's kind of, messed up and it's kind of counterproductive. I understand it's a little bit different if you got obviously like a Joe Flacco, you know what I'm saying, who's washed, but at the same time, like these quarterbacks are experienced, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to make the right play. Again, this situation is a little bit different because they were playing a 5-6-0 Eagles team who was hot. And, you know what I'm saying, Cooper Rush saw his biggest challenge so far. He did not live up to the expectation by any means. However, I'm not going to say he's trash now. We're not going to just do that because –
yeah, I don't think no one's saying trash, but you're paying that $70 million.
So I got a question.
You don't say you're $70
But that's the thing. Is that's always been a question. Is Dak overpaid? Is Dak overpaid?
We're gonna. I want to get in. I'm gonna don't mean to throw a wrench in the Eagles Cowboys, but you're talking about starting quarterback play in terms of backups. If the starting quarterback doesn't play well, and benching. Carolina. Why hasn't Baker been benched and Sam Darnold got an opportunity at this point?
Well, I think Baker didn't play.
Baker's been playing. Well, yeah, but where's Sam? Why is Sam Darnold the third string?
He's not good.
But I'm saying, Baker. I'm saying, look what Baker is doing. Wouldn't you want to try something new?
No,
I feel like they might already know what they have there because he started.
I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway,
if Baker's stinking, I'm keeping him to stink so I can get C.J. Stroud or Bryce.
I guess. But I'm not too surprised with the end of the result of the Eagles Cowboys game. I said from the jump when Eagles got all them that Bradbury and C.J. Gardner that this team was for real. I'm not even saying A.J. Brown because that happened in the offseason, but I said this team was for real. This is a Super Bowl contending team out of the NFC, to be honest. They got the offense. They got the offensive line. That's the most important thing. They're getting production out of their rookies with that defense. This team is scary. This team is really scary. I would hate to be in the NFC, and if they get the number 1 seed, have to go through Philly. No, that would be trouble for anybody. But that's a big thing on Jalen Hurts if they get number 1 seed. Just saying, a lot of.
I want you to answer this question, Jerry. Everybody else will follow. Are the Eagles the best team in the NFL?
Eagles are the best team in the NFL. I would say so, yeah. I would say they're 1, and I say Bills are 2.
Kind of have to give it to them. They're the only undefeated team left.
Yeah.
That don't mean nothing because
it does. They played some tough. They played some tough.
And they said that we are not the best team. They had us at 4.
That's different.
Eagles' eye test is better than the Steelers was when we were 11.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree. I would say the Eagles is the best team by default because they should be. However, I think that all that noise is going to get quiet whenever they make it to the playoffs, bro. Like, they're going to be same old Eagles. You know what I'm saying? They're going to lose. I mean, I'm not wishing on their downfall, but I want Jalen Hurts to do good, mainly because of, what he, been through as far as, losing a spot to Tua. You know what I'm saying? But I want them to succeed. However, I just don't think they will do too much in the playoffs.
Who do you think beats them?
See, that's tough. NFC is very weak right now.
I don't think nobody beating them.
NFC is very weak.
I got them representing in the Super Bowl right now.
I mean, Vikings if they outscore them, but
I don't trust the Vikings. I think the only team that might have a chance, it might be one of the NFC East teams.
Yeah, I really think Dallas is going to. I think Dallas wins the next game against them, and they split the series, bro. Whoever wins that game will be the top seed in the NFC.
Don't sleep on
I don't think the Giants is going to beat them, but I think the Cowboys are their biggest competition right now. Honestly,
don't let Jimmy G get in the playoffs.
I was literally just about to say the 49ers too.
Don't let Jimmy G get in the playoffs. I think that's the team that could actually beat them, depending on if they show up.
Yeah, if they can play a good defense.
The next topic, and I just want you guys to tell me who you guys have winning tonight, and then who you guys also have winning on Thursday night. So tonight it's the Broncos and Chargers, and then Thursday night it's the Saints and Cardinals. So, Jared, who do you got winning tonight, and who do you have winning on Thursday?
All right, so tonight I definitely got the Chargers. If the Broncos win, I'll be really shocked because the Broncos look so bad. I drafted Russ in fantasy. Worst decision of my life. Worst decision of my life. And I also had Javonte Williams. My team name was Broncos Country. I was like, all right, we're going crazy this year.
That's right.
There goes Javonte. There goes Russ is playing that. I'm like, all right, whatever.
I thought Cortland Sutton was going to be something.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like their receiver core crazy. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah.
Cortland Sutton.
And then I guess so for Thursday, see Saints Cardinals. I think I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm gonna take the Saints, I think. Cardinals, they've been falling kind of flat recently. I don't know. Lost to the Seahawks.
Kyler Murray is highly overrated.
Yeah, he sure is. People that say Kyler's better than Lamar, I'm like, do you even watch football?
They just got Robbie Anderson.
This one.
What you talking about?
This one.
Oh wow. Wow.
This one.
Where are you pointing at?
You said it before. You've said it.
He was better than Lamar last year.
Okay.
Oh, well, Lamar was hurt last year.
Thank you.
Before he got hurt, that's what I was saying. But listen,
how was he better than Lamar before he got hurt when they were number one seed before Lamar got hurt?
They won the first 7 games undefeated.
Okay. Number one seed.
And he wasn't watching film. And he wasn't watching film.
Huh?
They both were the number one seed. What are you talking about?
By week 11?
They both were number one seed.
Do I need to look this up?
Look it up if you want to. I don't know. I just know the Cardinals were number one seed for a very long time. Anyway, D-Hop returns.
Yep.
And they just got Robbie Anderson, and Hollywood's going to come back at some time. I don't know what injury he got.
Yeah. They got Rondale also. I don't know, AJ Green. I'm like, who's like, that's hella targets.
For real.
Why are you keeping third string receiver?
Rondale Moore is nice. What are you talking about?
At Purdue.
he's nice for sweeps.
No.
But no, I tonight I have Chargers again. I was surprised with the Broncos scored 21 points win the game.
I watched the Broncos offense. I'm like, this kind of looks like the Steelers offense. Like that's what I think.
But with way better weapons, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Thursday night, I got the Cardinals. D-Hop returns. I think he has a huge game. So
is Jameis playing?
We're gonna hope not. They look better when Andy Dalton.
That veteran leadership right there.
Oh my god!
I'm telling you, that veteran leadership, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm gonna put this game on tonight because, like Stephen A. said, whenever the Broncos are playing on a Monday night, Thursday night is the perfect cure for insomnia. I'm not about to watch this game, but I got the Chargers winning. I'm trying to, still be a fan of Justin Herbert. What we've seen from Russ lately, and it ain't been looking too good. And I think this is a statement game, honestly, because it's a divisional game for the Chargers. I think, they just want to, like I said, just make a statement and just probably going to spike a run for them to finish second behind the Chiefs. So I'm going to have to go with the Chargers. As far as the Saints and
Cardinals.
I picked the Cardinals. I think for some reason Taysom Hill about to go.
I think, how about you? I'm gonna have to go with the Saints, bro. The Saints. I don't know why. I'm just not. I know at the beginning of the year I was, saying that the Cardinals is going to be in the conversation.
Be lucky they win 6 games.
They just too iffy, bro. They beat the teams that they shouldn't and lose to the teams that they shouldn't. So I'm gonna have to go with the Saints
because they got an overrated quarterback. That is why.
What team would y'all rather take out of that division? The Rams or the Cardinals?
Kyler Murray as my fantasy quarterback. Rams.
Rams or the Cardinals?
Actually, I'm not. It'd probably be Cardinals because Rams offensive
the
line
Rams are
is atrocious.
Right now.
Atrocious. Their biggest loss wasn't even Odell. It was Whitworth. That was their biggest loss this offseason.
Don't matter. They got a triple crown receiver.
To my picks,
can't protect
right.
Get the ball
he is a triple crown.
They get to him 55 times.
I'm picking.
They get the ball to him.
Yeah, they get the ball to him, but
be having 72 targets.
Hey, that's what happens when you're great. Chargers over the Broncos. Obviously, I'm tired of watching Broncos on primetime football. Don't know why they haven't been flexed out of these things.
For that. Why are we paying?
I hate it. I know you can't flex until like week 10 or week 11. I hope there's no more primetime games after that for them. Flex them out if there are. They are terrible to watch. I hate watching Russ. I tell it every time. He's the most corny quarterback in the league. I just don't like him.
Don't disrespect Mr.
I don't care. I'm disrespecting. I think they're going to get their ass whooped tonight. But Saints or Cardinals, Kyler Murray's overrated to me, so I'm going Saints.
All right, man. We got our quick segment where we get some little clips out. So keep it short. That's the name of the segment. This is what we're going to discuss. Yeah, what are you doing?
I can't pause my camera for 2 seconds, bro. But did you hear it? Did you hear what I was doing?
Yeah, I hear it.
I ain't mute my mic.
All right, man. Keep it short. I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions. You guys give me answers. What team has the best jersey of all time?
That's tough.
Of all time?
Are we counting
all their jerseys?
Are we counting the brand new ones that just dropped too?
You could just pick one jersey that you have.
How can we just say our favorite jerseys? Because the best is kind of hard.
That's the same
All right,
thing.
I got two. Before this year with the Bengals, all whites, my favorite jersey in the NFL, and it might be corny, is the all-white ice look for the Dolphins. I think that's the most clean-looking jersey with them all whites. I love them jerseys for some reason. That's why I pick them on Madden sometimes, just to wear the all whites every week. So I'm gonna go with the Dolphins all whites.
Let's see. I think I have two. I think I probably have to go with the old Steelers throwbacks, the ones with the yellow helmet, the ones they used to wear like with Ben, like James Harrison, like all that. I forgot what is that called?
Talking about the Bumblebee one?
No, not the Bumblebee.
I'm about to say
the
that's a crazy
Steelers
jersey.
throwbacks. I don't know. They don't wear them anymore, but it's probably between that and the Buccaneers creamsicle.
I ain't gonna lie. I think the best jerseys, just the pattern, the way they flow, the helmet design. And they still wear them to this day. I have to go with the Rams. The Rams yellow pants, blue tops with the yellow curl on their helmet. That's just the way. This the colors themselves, like that blue on top of that yellow. It's just the whole flow, especially like I said, the helmets with the complements it. I just think that's the best. That's the best jerseys for me.
For me, I'm gonna go with the old school Falcons with the red helmet, black jersey, white tops, and then also like that powder blue Chargers.
You can go with any of the Chargers' new ones. Some things are hard. They got like 8 different designs. I also fuck with the 49ers jerseys.
Yeah, that was gonna be my one. The old school 49ers.
I don't know if you can see this.
Yeah, I like those.
Yeah, those ones.
All right, no bias. What team or what organization would you guys consider the best franchise in NFL history?
Damn, can I give a top 3?
You can give a top 3.
All right. I'm going to say Patriots.
In order.
Oh, in order? That's tough.
Yeah, you're not getting out of it.
That's tough. Well, I'll go with it just because of tradition, even though I know Bill Belichick's a hard one. But if we're going best franchises, best orgs, I'll go Patriots are up there 1. Just based off their Super Bowl rings, I'm going to put Steelers 2. And I'm going to go my team 3, Ravens. I'm not being biased. They're a great organization, so I don't know what you're talking about.
In NFL history, you put the Ravens?
You're only saying that because they started at 95. They have one of the highest winning percentage from starting at 95 since being in the league. And they got 2 Super Bowls, more than some people ever got in that short amount of time. So, yeah.
That is true.
I know my answer. Oh, go ahead, Jerry. You got it.
All right, yeah, I'll go. I'm not going to give a list. I'm just saying Steelers.
Same. I can't give a list either, bro. It's without a doubt the Patriots organization, and it's not even just solely off their Super Bowls. Because if it was solely off their Super Bowls, I would have to put it up there with the Steelers, because obviously, even though their Super Bowls aren't recent or more recent than the Patriots, that they still have them. And they're always in the conversation, but I definitely got to go to Patriots just because for the same reason. They always have a winning record. They're always in the conversation, making playoffs. They draft well. And even when they don't draft, they acquire the pieces to always be in the conversation. So, Robert Kraft, man.
When I'm thinking about teams in NFL history, I'm thinking about the history of a franchise. So, I don't have the Patriots in my top 3. But to me, it's more than just rings. It's about the history, tradition. So 1, I have the Steelers. 2, I have the 49ers. And 3, I have the Packers.
See, I was going to say 49ers. I thought about the Bears. There's a lot of tradition in the Bears.
I was thinking about. I was saying honorable mention Raiders too.
The Raiders. I thought about the Raiders as well.
In my opinion, the 49ers are like the second best franchise.
Well, you gotta give them more respect too. Obviously, they got rings as well. They got
rings. They got the rings. They got the players.
They got legends. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I think of it like in that whole aspect. That's why I don't have the Patriots in the top 3. Because that's like the last. Like the modern era, Patriots are the best without a doubt.
Yep.
But like
that's different. If you say modern era, like I guess my list would be more modern era.
Yeah.
And then if you go historical, you can go deep. And yeah.
Well, I mean, this is an opinion segment, so man, I'm not going to bash you for your. But everything you talk about, Wayne, that was before you were born. Like your top 3 before you was born.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said.
I understand. I was like you said, I was going based off of what I've been, what I've been a part of.
That's me too.
You know what I mean?
Listen, y'all don't respect Steve Young the way I respect Steve Young, so it's like, you know what I'm saying?
You said Steve Young, if he played right now, you
Maybe
take
Josh
him over
Allen.
Lamar Jackson.
Right. I think you don't understand how good Steve Young was. That's why we're gonna watch film one day together, and I'm gonna show you how good Steve. Like people got Steve Young in their top 10 QBs all the time. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, only person I'll pick over Steve Young right now is Patrick Mahomes. That's it. Prime Steve Young. Drop him in the league today. Drop prime Steve Young in the league today.
He top 2.
Patrick Mahomes. Yep.
That's crazy.
Without a doubt.
That's wild.
Wait, so you think Patrick Mahomes is better than Josh Allen?
Is water wet?
Some people don't say water is wet. Some people say water is water.
If we talking about this year, no. If we talk about overall, then Patrick Mahomes is definitely better.
Yeah. Overall, yeah, I'll give Mahomes.
Yeah, not even close. If you ask overall, right now,
Let's not say not even close.
I think he got better weapons, but I think that it's not close. One person.
I think Mahomes got the hardware. That's why it's not close. But Josh Allen, I feel like they're on the same level as far as being a player.
And Patrick Mahomes is playing with the best tight end of all time and the fastest man in the NFL.
I didn't say
I'm just saying
the best tight end of all time yet. There's a chance.
He also played with the fastest man alive, so I mean that's pretty.
I mean, yeah, but now you see who he's playing with now. He's still playing.
He lost.
Making Juju look great.
I'm saying making these other receivers.
Making Juju, bro. I was so mad when Juju scored yesterday. I was so mad. I was like, bro, why they letting this man Juju score and ball?
All right, next we have a start bench cut coach edition. Mike Tomlin, John Harbaugh, Sean Payton. Start bench cut.
I'm cutting Sean Payton. I'm benching Tomlin. I'm starting Harbaugh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that is wild.
That's my opinion.
Bias opinion.
Hey, you can say what it is. You can say what it is. They got the same amount of rings.
Hey, yo.
They got similar winning percentages. So it's a matter of opinion.
You were the guy that was telling me Harbaugh was about to lose his job before Lamar Jackson.
He was. He was. That year he was going to lose his job.
Ain't no way, Christian.
Has Tomlin
he was on the hot seat.
There
was a report he was on the hot
seat.
So
has Tomlin ever been in that position?
They haven't been calling for his job when they go close to 800? I mean, 500?
Was he on the hot seat?
So that's a matter of an opinion if he's on the hot seat because that's what people's perspective. Like we think. What's it called? Who's on the hot seat this year?
All right. I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to put this up.
Come on, man.
Can you go now?
Oh man!
Like Helmut's never been on a hot seat before. People talking
about my
him.
opinion. It has nothing. I'm starting Sean Payton, not mentioning Coach Tomlin, and it has nothing to do with me feeling no type of way about Harbaugh. I think he's a good coach too. He's just the worst of the three, in my opinion.
No, Charles, I'm sorry. You're wilding. Yeah, you're wilding. But go, Jared.
What did he just say?
Oh yeah. What was yours?
Sean Tomlin, Harbaugh, start bench cut.
Wait, you started Sean Payton?
He started
What? What?
100%.
Sean Payton might be the most overrated coach.
Not Mike. Not Mike.
How so though?
He is basically Mike. He's Mike McCarthy.
Explain. Don't just say statements. Explain.
Overrated.
And what aspect?
5 losing seasons with Drew Brees as his quarterback.
That's the only thing you need. That's the only thing you need as a coach, a quarterback to win.
I saw Mike Tomlin.
Because Chris, what you just say? He has the same amount of rings as John Harbaugh. Yeah, and the Ravens had an elite team.
I'll let you know right now.
An elite team.
Sean Payton's winning percentage is not better.
Has Sean Payton ever had a team like the Steelers or the Ravens? Yes or no? Yes or no?
He won a Super Bowl
with that team. With that one, that's the one Super Bowl he's won. Ever since then, bro, his teams have been immensely worse than the Steelers.
Stop tapping your desk. I cannot hear you.
His teams have been.
Audio.
His team has been so immensely worse than both the Steelers and the Ravens, bro. Longevity wise, bro. So,
first of all, I'm not hearing any of that when he had a top 5 QB of all time.
He has a Hall of Fame quarterback.
So Ben Roethlisberger's not a Hall of Fame quarterback, bro?
I said top 5 QB of all time.
Is Joe Flacco? No.
Right?
Is Lamar Jackson yet?
No. Again, so that's
Mike Tomlin.
All right, time out. So we're just gonna talk. I hate when y'all don't understand how football works, bro.
You're good. If you want to say what you guys say.
I hate that, y'all.
Say what you guys say.
I hate when y'all do this, bro. I really do hate it when y'all do this, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Go ahead, Jerry. Go ahead with yours, bro.
All right. Yeah. I guess Tomlin does make some iffy calls sometimes. I might have to start Tomlin, bench Harbaugh, cut Peyton. That's what I'm doing.
Mine is the same exact way.
But yeah, I kind of want to hear, how's Sean Payton overrated? How do you think he's overrated?
That's what I'm trying to figure
out. I think having 5 losing seasons with Drew Brees is absolutely terrible.
I mean, look, all right, he did win a Super Bowl, and he's probably going to be a coach in the league soon. He's probably going to be the Cowboys coach in a couple of years. But
I just felt like they choked a lot. 13-3,
yeah,
and you don't win a playoff game. 12-4, you win one playoff game. Like, I just feel like it's a lot of choking, and you're not going against big dogs.
Well, first of all, that last playoff game that they lost, there was a blatant foul. It was a blatant penalty.
I was going to say, they got screwed on that one.
And I hate when people bring that up when it should have been a pick six if the guy was actually wrong. So it's either he doesn't foul him or it's a pick. Either he fouls him or it's a pick six. Either way, it was a terrible throw. Right? And that didn't that missed call didn't lead to the game being over. Wait. That missed call didn't lead to the game being over because they went into overtime and had the ball.
But didn't have to take the lead.
But you still had a chance to win the game, and you didn't win the game. You had a 3 and out.
All right.
Right? You had a 3 and out.
And I'm gonna give Harbaugh and Tomlin the benefit of the doubt. They played in a harder division their whole time. That NFC whatever South was not like that whole time Peyton was there. That was a weak division. Yes or no?
He ain't always win it.
Nope. Weak division.
Yeah,
the AFC North was always hard.
Can you name me, please, both of y'all, Steelers fans and the Ravens fans, please name me all of the players, all of the Hall of Fame players or should have been Hall of Famers that the Steelers and the Ravens have had in comparison to the Saints. Please.
Well, Ravens
ahead,
only have,
there's a list of them.
Ravens only have 3 Hall of Famers in the Hall
only
of Fame.
Only have 3 Hall of Famers on the team.
Ed Reed, John Ogden, Ray Lewis. Yeah.
How about the Steelers? He also played against Darrell Suggs, who was a dominant force.
Suggs isn't a Hall of Famer yet.
I didn't say he was a Hall. But you just named 3. But you just named 3. The Steelers had who? Troy Polamalu.
But John
that's on defense.
Have those guys this whole time. Jonathan, he never had Jonathan Ogden.
Do you understand the point that I'm trying to make?
It doesn't matter. He still had more.
Y'all are comparing the fact that no, because I'm going off of what you said.
He had Marshawn. He had Malcolm Jenkins. He had Marquise Colston at one point, who was balling for them. Right or wrong?
He did.
Right or wrong?
Again, y'all are talking about a quarterback being able to carry your team to the Super Bowl and win it versus an elite defense in which both the Steelers have had over the years as well as the Ravens. So
I don't care
y'all talking about winning. Y'all are talking about winning. Y'all talking about winning. You said he couldn't win with Drew Brees. The Steelers were winning because they had Ben Roethlisberger and an elite defense. The Ravens were winning because they had an elite defense as well as a decent offense. Not just a Drew Brees.
After 2011, the Steelers did not have an elite defense until like 2 years ago. So let's stop that there.
And that was the last time y'all won.
And our defense stunk, right? My main point of contention was he has had multiple losing seasons with Drew Brees. He went 7-9 for 3 years in a row with Drew Brees as your starting quarterback. That is unacceptable. Can we agree on that?
I can agree to disagree because we say that Matthew Stafford had some of the best years, but was still losing on the Lions team. So it shows that you have to have more than just a quarterback to win, bro. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not saying that he should have won. I'm saying at the end of the day, having a quarterback and a quarterback only isn't. I just a losing season. All right, you said a losing season. You had 3 consecutive losing seasons. However, that's not the only thing that translates to winning, Dwayne.
Matthew Stafford to
no, Dwayne. I'm comparing the Jerry. You understand, bro? I'm comparing the concept, bro, of having a good quarterback, but not only having a quarterback to win, bro.
No, that's my point. We're talking about a great quarterback and what you consider a great coach. A great quarterback and great coach should win more than 7 games. Can we agree there?
No, I can't agree with that because the coach isn't playing.
Now this, but Harbaugh is to blame for all the miscues, right?
Bro, that's like
he's not playing the game, but
all right, Chris. I'm about to get you. I'm about to get you real quick. Is it Sean Payton's authority to go and make calls for the defense, Chris?
No, but he makes calls for the offense.
But is it his? If the defense is playing bad,
he's responsible for putting up points? Is he not?
So he wasn't putting up points.
Was
he not putting up points? So if you putting up points, but the defense isn't getting stopped.
I know where he was putting up bounties.
Greg Williams.
That's what he was putting up. That's what he
Greg
was
Williams.
Putting up. He was too busy putting up bounties instead of worrying about how to win the game.
Hey.
Defense wins. Defense wins. I didn't hear what you said.
Harbaugh and Tomlin never been suspended before.
They ain't got no passion.
They don't want to cheat, huh?
You got no passion.
No passion. I'm done. All right, man. That is all that we have for this episode. Jared, before we get out of here, can you tell the people where they can find all your great content when they want to stay connected with you?
Oh yeah, all right. So my Instagram, it's at Steeldee22, like Steel, like the Steelers, and then DEE. And then my TikTok is just at Steeldee, same thing. And then my Twitter is at _JARY _DEE, so Jerry _D. And yeah, that's all I got. Actually, my YouTube is Jerry D as well.
Perfect, man. No, we appreciate you definitely coming out here today and podding with us. Can you let us know before you go, do you have the Steelers winning this weekend versus the Dolphins?
Oh yeah. No, I definitely have the Steelers winning. I think it's Tua's playing, huh?
He's probably gonna play.
He's cleared. Yeah. He said he's expected to play.
Terrible move.
Yeah, I don't think he should play. I think we're going to win that regardless of who is playing quarterback.
Can you give us our record, the Steelers' record before the season, at the end of the season this year?
So on my socials, I had them at the beginning of the season going 10-7. I don't know about that now.
We're still alive, Jared.
We're still alive. We'll give it to us. I'll say 9-8. I'll say 9-8 right now.
So Tomlin maintains the above 500 record.
Yeah,
okay.
I think he needs it.
I have a bet, himself. But it's not like anything for like anything. But I bet Wayne, it's not for anything, that this is the first year he's under 500.
I could see it. I
think so.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be calling for his job. Just because
they're already calling for his job.
That's what Steeler fans do down there.
They're already calling for his job.
Listen,
he's on the hot seat.
Yin's going to be all right. All right? Yeah. I'll save this for later, but just know the Steelers are going on a 4-game winning streak.
When? Right, starting this weekend?
It started last week. We're winning the next 3 games.
Okay, so you're winning the next 3 games.
So we're beating the Eagles?
Book it. Yeah. Hey, bet on that game. Book it.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm booking it.
He got an insider trade. He got the almanac from Back to the Future.
The almanac.
The Eagles will lose their first game this year.
Oh, man.
I believe TJ Watt will be back. So.
We'll see who the better Pennsylvania team is.
Jalen Hurts will learn a two or thing about TJ Watt. So, but all right, man. Jared, again, appreciate you for coming through. You guys know if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that comment button. If you're on Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, make sure you guys download the episode and then come to YouTube, hit the like button and leave a little comment, man. Until next time, my name is Wayne. Smook and Chubbs, anything y'all want to say to people before we get up out of here?
Hey, prayers up to J.J. Watt, man. You got the scary little thing going on with your heart. Stop for a second. I'm praying for you, man. You'll be all right.
It happened again?
Nah, it didn't happen again, but we forgot to mention that it happened, and he played a game. So,
He crazy.
hey,
Wild.
and he's about to have a baby, which is wild. I don't know if you should do that, but prayers up to you, man. Hope you get healthy. Hope everything's straight with your heart.
What you gotta say to the people?
Zappe time, man.
Oh,
Zappe
bounce
time.
back this weekend too.
Zappe time.
Bounce back.
That's all I got.
All right, man. Until next time, we'll see you.